Hello everyone, my name is Beansprout, and today we're going to be talking about this game that was given to me for free by the developer. This game is called Fashion Police Squad, and yeah, it's a weird name. I do also want to mention that I am not being paid in any way, and that all of the stuff said in this video is my own personal opinion, which I think will become pretty clear soon. I appreciate being given the game for free, and I hate to rip into an indie game like this, as it was probably made by a very small team who was very passionate about their game, but it has some very big flaws. I went into the game with moderate expectations, and before I get into the negatives, I'd first like to talk about the stuff I liked, because there is some bright spots with the game, I'll admit. The art style is great, it reminds me a lot of Viscera Fest. The weapons sound good and they feel impactful to shoot. The enemies are also responsive, and that's always good. I like the music, it's fitting to the game. Oh, and I also like the head in the corner that mimics the original 90s Doom guy. But that's really all the stuff I can say that I liked. I'm going to try and be a bit more constructive with this game, as like I said, it's an indie game. So let's begin. The first thing I noticed when I started playing the game is that it kind of has an issue with performance. I had moments where the game would freeze for a few seconds and the frame rate was a bit stuttery. I have a mid-range computer and I'd say it's perfectly equipped to deal with something like this. I can run almost any game on my computer perfectly fine, so there's no excuse for this game to stutter like this, especially with the visual style that it has. Games that have this look to them are not very intensive, let's say, so it's unacceptable to be having frame drops. I also had an issue with the fact you have to reload the shotgun. It would be okay if it was a double-barreled shotgun, as the reload in most games acts as a buffer between shots, so you can't just keep firing over and over again. But with this gun, it makes absolutely no sense why it's like this. It only serves to slow down the game, and it gets pretty tiring after a while. Oh, that's odd, I just got a weird feeling of deja vu. Another thing that irritatingly slows down the game is these text things. I don't like these in any game, I never have. I'm fine with reading stuff in a game like Resident Evil as it adds to the exploration aspect of the game, but games like that aren't as fast paced as this, and being constantly interrupted to read something is very irritating when I just want to play the game. Luckily you can skip them, and I eventually got to the point where I skipped all of them because I didn't want to read it, I wanted to play the game. A game like this may not have the budget to get voice actors to speak while you're playing, but it's still relatively annoying, and even then most of the enemies are voiced, and they have an announcer. So they definitely had the resources to have voice actors do this. But of all the problems with this game, this next point is by far the worst. But quickly, if you're enjoying this video so far, then I recommend giving it a like and subscribing to the channel, along with checking out my merch store. Yeah, anyway, back to the video. If you're a regular viewer of this channel, you may know that I kind of enjoy Doom Eternal, you know, just a little bit. And Doom Eternal did a great job of pushing players into what director Hugo Martin calls the fun zone. They did this through pushing players to think while they play. For instance, certain enemies have specific weaknesses, and you're encouraged to destroy them with precision weapons. But I think this game takes that idea and goes way too far with it, to the point of it being annoying. You see, the main problem with the game is that all of the enemies you encounter can only be killed with one specific gun. And if you tried to use any other weapon on them, it would just tell you that you can't hit them, and there would be an X above their health bar. An enemy like the Spirit in Doom Eternal can be irritating, as it can only be killed with the microwave beam. And that was included in the game to push people into using something that wasn't very much used by most of the player base. But the reason why I don't have an issue with the Spirit is because it's only one enemy in the game. But in Faction Police, you're actively forced to use one specific weapon on every enemy there is, and it made the game become a bit of a slog. I appreciate the fact they tried to follow the example the Doom Eternal set, and I wouldn't mind it as much if it was toned down a bit, but it gets really annoying. It made the game become a bit of a slog, and it actually made me give up on playing the game. I mean no disrespect to the people making this game, and I'm trying my hardest not to come off as rude, as I can tell there's a lot of passion behind the game, but this really ruined the experience for me. And I very much doubt this is something that can be easily fixed either. The entire game would have to be reworked in order to remove this problem, and I just don't think that's going to happen. I hope the developers can learn from some of this criticism, as I do believe they have the opportunity to make something really great. They just need to fix a few of the problems with it. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, then I'd recommend giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel if you want to see more like this. I also have a Twitter, a Discord server, and a merch store, which you can check out as well. Oh, and I do live stream on Fridays. I live stream here on YouTube, not Twitch. But other than that, thank you for watching, and as always, have a nice day.